Hello everyone, Panda here, and welcome to another week of Shrine Watch. I hope that you've all been well and that the new chapter has been received well by you. What are your thoughts? Initially, I would love to know, do you like the new killer, the new survivor, the new map, and how are you finding the killer? Because I've got to be honest, I played it a bunch yesterday on my stream, I played it a bunch today, and I am struggling with the killer. I've got to be honest, I'm not finding it easy at all to chase, get kills, win the game, or even get blood points. I don't know, maybe I'm just bad, but it's taking a bit of getting used to, and I've got to say the survivors are just destroying my pods. They're using the EMPs, they've always got an EMP. It's really quite hard to get kills, at least if you're me. But I'm sure there are some people out there who have already mastered him and are getting great results. You know, I see people saying he's going to be high A tier. Obviously, I'm just having a struggle, which is a little bit unfortunate. DVD's having a sale on Steam, so if you want to get the game or some DLCs, you've got 60% off the game and 50% off the DLCs. And we currently have the double experience event that we chose, so you're getting more iridescent shards for just playing the game because you get double experience, so you're leveling up twice as much and getting the eerie shards. A bit of a funny one here, there was an issue with Wesker where he would sometimes go invisible, and so behavior came out and they kill switched Wesker, which, you know, that makes sense. But there's a shock twist here. There's actually a problem with the kill switch system, so Wesker has not been kill switched because the kill switch system is kill switched. So I guess Wesker for the moment is bugged, and you know, that's that. So for now, Wesker's playable, but Wesker is also bugged, so a little bit interesting. In the patch, they took the new map and they reduced the clutter a little bit. They reduced the density of the amount of plants and trees. However, I've got to say, it is still incredibly confusing. There's just a lot of stuff. If you compare it to a lot of the other maps, where you can, you can see across the map. However, on this one, it's pretty tough to see much at all. You know, it is a cool map, I do like it, but I do find it very, very hard to navigate, and I also find it very large. I'm not entirely sure on the size, but it just seems like from one edge to the other, it's gonna take a bloody year to get across. The perk made for this was not changed for release. You know, all the killer mains that I know have been saying it's a bullshit perk. I personally also agree that it's a bullshit perk, and they did not change it, so it's gone out there. Whenever a survivor is injured, they move 3% faster, and this is just a buff to players, good, bad, you know, new players, old players. It's just a straight buff, you know, it's just going to make you better in the chase. Regardless of how good you are at being chased, it's going to make you better because you're at least going to be a little bit faster. I do hope they do something about it, at least make it so it doesn't stack with other speed boosts, because currently Hope and Made for this, it's just disgusting. You know, 10% faster survivors is not fun for anyone, apart from the survivors. Alright, I take it back. It's fun for survivors. We've got some upcoming summer skins. We've got a skin for Meg, joining Jill in the wetsuit party. Yunjin has also pretty much got a wetsuit, you know, some sort of swimming attire. The Trickster's ready to get down to the beach and play some beach ball. I love the weapon, it looks really brutal. I don't know what it's meant to be, but it's chunky. And a skin for Jeff. Look at Jeff, I love it. Jeff has freed the belly. Finally, it's a shirtless Jeff. You know, he's not entirely shirtless, but I can dig it. I'm into it. He's got bloody sandals on. Really cool. Can't wait for that. I don't know when it's coming out, but I need it in my life. There is a code for 125,000 blood points. It is ticked. This is to celebrate them getting some number of follows over on TikTok. So good for them and good for you if you redeem these. There is a picture floating around here which is said to be a leak, but personally I think it is fake. Here it is a image of the official trailer for the Terrifier. And the person who made the Terrifier has come out and said before, Dead by Daylight, please put my character in the game. And they've not really talked about it. You know, behavior's not said yes or no. This could be just a skin coming up. I don't think, you know, a trailer? You see a trailer for a chapter. And what strikes me as funny is that if this was real, why would they have the thumbnail for the next chapter, which is 3 months away? This is already uploaded. You know, you can see the play button there. So this is like a YouTube video that's been uploaded. I don't know. I'm not digging it. I don't think it's real. You know, it looks pretty good, but I just don't think the timings match up. Maybe they were going to make a Terrifier skin for the clown or something, but still, I don't think it would have an official trailer. I don't know. What do you think? Is the Terrifier going to be the next killer coming to Dead by Daylight in the next chapter, which is, we know, a solo killer. And there is a bit of discussion about the new made for this perk. I'm going back and talking about it again, I know, I'm sorry. But with that being introduced into the game, it makes people who are subtly cheating a little bit harder to detect because, you know, people are now just going to be able to run a bit faster in the game when they're injured. People who would add on an extra 1 or 2% speed boost onto their movement speed, just so it's very hard to tell, you know, it's like, is that survivor moving faster? Maybe, maybe not, maybe I'm just, you know, imagining it. But I have got to say, after playing yesterday, I found many players who, personally to me, who's played predominantly killer for nearly 6,000 hours, people just moving too fast by default. You know, you get a good idea of how fast survivors can move just from chasing them for so long, so many days a week for so long. And really, I've been finding players that are just moving way too fast. And then you get to the end game and they don't actually have made for this. And that is freaking me out a little bit. It's making me feel very paranoid. And maybe it's just me being paranoid, but yeah, it's, I don't know. You know, in my opinion, that's kind of, it's not worse, but it's really bad. You know, back when we had the full-blown cheaters that would complete all the generators and escape, you know, that was kind of annoying. Or the ones that kept you hostage, that was annoying. But the players that are just subtly cheating and giving themselves a little bit of a boost, or even a boost, you know, sometimes the survivors, when they're out of line of sight from the killer, are moving faster, but when the killer can see them, they're moving at normal speed, therefore you can't actually tell how fast they're going. These kind of things just really ruin the game, but like in a passive way, and I hate it, honestly. I really hope that I'm just going crazy and I'm being paranoid. But I do feel like it is more prevalent, and the patch only just dropped yesterday. As I said, I am having struggles with the new killer. I'm finding him very hard to play and actually lock down kills with. You know, it's not too hard to play. You put the cameras up, you try and get the blobs on them, you teleport to them. You know, that part's cool. Then they destroy the blobs in their back. They EMP your cameras. You can't overwatch the generators, and you're just running around like a big robotic knobhead. However, the killer's Mori is probably up there in the top. I think it's my favorite Mori in the game. So they really got that right. But I would love to know what you think about the chapter, what you think about the killer and the survivor and the perks, because maybe it's just me. And if you've got any hot tips for playing the Singularity, I would also love to hear them, because obviously I need them. Now, is Dead Hard 2.0 coming to Dead by Daylight? At the Summer Games Fest, Nicolas Cage came up on stage. They announced that he was going to be in the Dead by Daylight chapter. They actually had the real guy there, as well as the fake one behind him. And they did a little interview, which was cool, you know, it was fun. He seemed positive about it. And then they showed this trailer afterwards. And, you know, it's all pretty cool. It's Nicolas Cage. But then, this happened. Can anyone tell me what the hell that was? I asked my stream and we did a poll, and the majority of people said that that was just for show, you know, just to show it off. But as far as I'm concerned, that's an official trailer created by Behavior, and it clearly shows the trapper lining up a lunge, and then Nicolas Cage just running through the killer, the trapper going, ugh. Is this a new version of Dead Hard? Obviously, with a new licensed survivor, they're going to want to sell as many copies as possible because, you know, the license holders want the survivor to be good. You know, they want people to buy it so they can make money from it. So, what is that? Let's see it a few more times. What is your take on that? What is your take on that? Because for me, that's one of his perks. I don't know what it's going to be. Run, stun the killer or something? Who knows? Really interested to find out though. He is, well, the PTB will be up a month from now, so we're going to be able to try it out ourselves. But I am just really concerned that they're adding in a new perk that's going to be even better than Dead Hard, you know? If you can just run into the killer and stun the killer, that's better than Dead Hard. So we will see about that, but I'm dubious, to say the least. In a strange turn of events, Behavior has actually been posting on Reddit and answering people's questions, which is pretty cool. They have said that changing the FOV with an FOV slider is something they're looking into later this year or early next year. That's great for killer players. That's really going to help. You know, Shadowborn people who use Shadowborn all the time just for the FOV will probably be cheering out. Maybe Shadowborn will make it even more so you can actually see behind you. I don't know. When asked about the Trapper and if they're going to make him any more interesting or better, they've said they've got no significant gameplay updates planned for the Trapper, which is a shame. However, though, they do talk about their new legendary skin that's coming later in the year, and it says that it will ship later in the year along with a killer update. But the way they've worded this, along with the first bit where they say they don't have plans for the Trapper, this is going to be an update for a different killer, I'd imagine. Apparently, Freddy is on the list of things to get buffed in a future update, so maybe that's what they were talking about there. On a question of alternate game mode, they have said that they're interested, they're thinking about it, and they are prototyping something. They're going to start with small game mode as a limited time event and build up from there, so that's interesting. And we will hear about that later in the years. And finally up, one that I'm happy about is they've announced it, it's dead, it's gone. The idea to bring Unbreakable in for all survivors whenever they're down on the floor. If you remember, we had a PTB quite a while back at this point. Was it a year ago? It was a year ago. Where when you went down on the ground, every survivor had Unbreakable. You could just get yourself back up off the ground. You didn't need a perk for it. And it was crazy. It really changed the way the game was played. And they've said that they're not pursuing that. It's not going to happen. You know, I do respect them for trying it out and just seeing how it worked and getting feedback. But, you know, I'm pretty sure you could have asked anyone and said, is this a good idea? And most people would have said, this is not a good idea. But anyway, at least they've confirmed that it's gone. It's not happening. Super. Thumbs up. So let's have a quick peek at the Shrine of Secrets. First up on Survivor, we've got a Leon perk. It's Bite the Bullet. When healing or being healed, you and the survivor you're healing makes no noise, including grunts of pain. There is no noise notification on failed skill checks, and healing regresses only at 1%. You know, it's silent. There's a few times in my past that I've lost a survivor because they've just started healing behind a corner and you can't hear them, but not incredible. You know, definitely some niches where it works. Second up, talking about Unbreakable, it's Unbreakable from Bill. You know what it does. When you're down on the ground, once per game, you can get yourself all the way up and start running around, and your recovery speed is increased by 35%. Over on Killer, our first perk is Tinkerer. It's a hillbilly perk, and when a generator is 70% progressed, it gives you a noise notification, and you become undetectable for 16 seconds, allowing you some time to run over to that generator without the survivors knowing that you're coming, and then get the jump on them. Also just good to know when the generator is going to pop, so you can plan accordingly. And our final perk is a hag perk. It is Hex Ruin. As long as the Hex totem is up, generators will regress automatically when a survivor comes off them, which is kind of cool. However, if the survivor destroys the totem, the perk is gone, and it's gone forever. Well, that is Shrine Watch, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, leave a like, subscribe, come follow me over on Twitch, and tell me what you thought of the new chapter so far. Do you like the survivor? Do you like the killer? Are the perks balanced? Did you actually like any of the perks? I'd love to read it. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Panda out.